All right, welcome back, kings and queens. Today we are talking Real Housewives of Potomac. Listen, yesterday it was announced that Karen Huger is going to enter into a recovery program. She skipped out on attending the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion taping. Now, listen, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like great move, Karen? You know, coming off of the heels of her DUI arrest and also the accident that she had, y'all, that was a pretty serious accident. And now we're hearing that the reality star, has chosen to opt out of attending the reunion and checks herself into a rehab program. What are your thoughts? I want to know what you're thinking. Um, because I have some thoughts on this. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
All right, y'all. So, according to Us Weekly, the Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen Huger will be missing from season 9 reunion taping to focus on her health. And for those of you that are not up to speed on Real Housewives of Potomac, they started taping the reunion on yesterday. It says that Karen made the important decision to enter into a private recovery program, so she was unable to attend the reunion taping. Huger's manager, Ryan Tresdell, hello, Ryan. Ryan Tresdell, hold on, said in a statement to Bravo's The Daily Dish on Thursday, January 9th, that was yesterday, she was fully supported in this choice. We stand behind Karen as she embarks on this meaningful journey and are proud of her for taking such a significant step forward in her personal growth. Earlier in the day, y'all, Bravo shared a sneak peek of the upcoming reunion, and Karen Huger was absent. And people wanted to know what the hell was going on. People wanted to know what was going on. So now you know. Um, and listen, let's talk about the reunion seating. So according to sources, Mia, Wendy, and Stacy were seated on one side of Andy Cohen, and on the other side, it was Giselle, Ashley, and Kiana. And they said Portia Williams wrote, "Where is Karen?" Okay, in the comments section, as fans speculated where the original Housewives of Potomac star could be. In a separate Instagram story, it is being reported. So, yeah, in a separate Instagram story, it's being reported that Karen just may appeal appeal the judgment that was issued on her behalf. Karen, listen, I think what you're doing is a great move. Because listen, okay, if you're familiar with the Bravo franchise, you know Shannon Beador also had a DUI incident where she also got into a pretty bad car crash. But similar to Karen's, nobody was hurt, but still there was damage to the property, damage to the neighborhood. Very, very similar incidents. Karen checked herself in rehab pretty quickly. Now I'm gonna say this, Karen. I think it's more strategic on your part because I feel like, and tell me what you all think, I feel like you didn't want to face the public humiliation. You didn't want to face Bravo asking you any tough questions about your DUI arrest. I feel like there's a little bit of pride in this. I don't think you've really gotten to the point where you can sit down in this thing and really talk about it and utilize this as an opportunity for a teaching moment, an opportunity to talk about if people are drinking and driving, what they can do, how they can ask for support. I think you're still in that prideful phase where you have a little bit of arrogance about yourself, a little bit of arrogance about the incident, and you don't want to be pressed. You don't want Giselle all up in your business. You don't want, and y'all, I don't know this to be true. These are just my thoughts. You don't want Andy all up in your business. You don't want to be questioned. You don't want it to be talked about. And Karen, that's a little bit of superiority, in my opinion. I think you got to come back down to reality, the reality of it all, the Real Housewives of Potomac reality. I think this would have been a great opportunity for you to really connect on a deeper level with your fan base, for you to humanize yourself and people to really see you as the great woman that we know you can be. And I think you really missed a moment, Karen. I think you could have checked into rehab anytime. But I think you did this to escape the heat. You didn't want to sit in the hot seat. And for that, I think I'm going to say I'm a little bit disappointed. I think you were, I thought you were a little bit tougher. And I think you're running. But on the flip side of that, rehab does a body good. If you need it, take it. I think the intent is to stiff arm Bravo. I also think, what do y'all think this? What do you think about this? I think this was a good play on Karen's part to secure her spot next season. Next season, to secure her spot because everyone is going to be talking about her. This was a really good play if you're talking about, the game of it all, the business strategy of it all to secure her spot. Because listen, when was the last time a major figure on Bravo missed a reunion? We want to know. People are going to be sitting on the edge of their seats waiting for her to return so that we can know where is she now. So as far as that, I think her PR, her management, that was a great move. I also think it's a great move for the court system to show the judge and the jury, whomever, that there is some type of remorse, that she's being proactive in doing what she needs to do to address, quote unquote, her addiction. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Um, Let me go back and read something else. According to to Us Weekly, I said US Weekly. According to Us Weekly, it didn't stop Andy for speaking on the incident. And y'all, they're saying that Andy Cohen is that Andy is reported as being. Hold on, let me get my. I've had my coffee. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words, but it's being reported that Andy Cohen has shared that he's sad. He's sad and he really hasn't had an opportunity to process his own emotions about what he feels. You know what? If I had to guess, I would probably say he's somewhat disappointed that Karen didn't face this thing head on, that she didn't face this thing head on. She really didn't talk about it on the show. She kind of sidestepped the conversation because of the legality of it all. Um, in spite of that, I feel like she did a better job of it added compared to Shannon Bedour, in my opinion. At least she went to rehab. It took Shannon it took Shannon a few months to go to rehab. But it's my hope, Karen, that rehab will really, really change your life. I think Karen is dealing with so much the pressures of some of the pressures that you put on your own shoulders, the weight of carrying the world on your shoulders, the weight of appearing to be this perfect couple with your husband that you've been with for a number of years, the weight of finding your voice in a marriage after how many? 28, 27 years with a man that really doesn't meet your emotional needs. Um, the weight of being the provider, the breadwinner in the home, the weight of not really allowing us to see who the real grand dame is and hiding behind this persona. So it's my hope that rehab will help you begin to peel back the layers while you're there so that you can really sit down and get to know who you are as a woman. So that's the good part of it. Even if the intent is wrong, and even if the intent is more strategic to avoid accountability, to avoid different or particular conversations, I really hope that Karen is able to meet Karen while in there. Okay. So well wishes to you, Karen. We hope nothing but the best for you. And we hope that you come out on a different side of this thing. Now, I want to shift into Real Housewives really, really quickly. Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9, episode 12. Was it episode 12 or 13? I think it was episode 13. Now, there's not too much I want to talk about regarding episode 13. The ladies are in Panama. They're doing their thing. They're having a really good time. There is three things I would like to point out. Mia is still a handful. Mia is still a handful. She's not taking accountability for the harsh things that she said regarding Giselle's children. And I think there's a little bit of jealousy and envy on Mia's part for the relationship that Giselle seems to have with her girls and her children. And the reason why I said envy and jealousy, because I believe, y'all, a lot of times, in my opinion, and share your thoughts in the chat, sometimes people resent you not for the tangible items that you have, not necessarily for your looks, the tangible items you have, meaning your house, your cars, your clothes, or anything like that. But sometimes it's for the things that you receive, such as the love, the support that they may not have received at some point in their lives. So I said all of that to say this. I believe the relationship that Mia witnesses in real time that Giselle has with her daughters, I believe, in my honest opinion, Mia wishes that her mother would have adorned her like that her mother would have protected her like that and loved her like that, and her mother would have just been a mother like that. And Mia, because you have not dealt with that, the reality of it all between you and your mom, I think that could be a reason that you went so hard on Giselle's daughters to paint them as, I hate to say the word, but I'm gonna tell y'all. She called those 2 girls, she called those 2 little girls whores. She did, and she and Giselle really begged production to not release that, and I'm glad production didn't, because those girls don't deserve that. They don't deserve to be eaten alive like that in reality television, especially being the beautiful Black princesses that they are. We've seen it done on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills regarding Garcelle's sons, right? And the hate that they receive. But I think Bravo, you would have dropped the ball had you released that. And Mia seems to have no ounce of accountability regarding the harsh things that she says about those girls. And I think it goes back to her own childhood. I think she's jealous. I think she's envy. And I think it strikes a chord with her regarding how her own mother treated her. Okay. That's it. That's all on Mia. I think Mia needs to go sit down somewhere. I think her breakup with Ink allegedly is going to be the biggest wake up call for her. And I wish, Gordon, I wish you would have slammed the door in her face. I wish you would have slammed the door in her face, and I really wish you would stop allowing her to use you as her emotional punching bag. Because the only way for Mia to learn is for her to fall, in my opinion. I think this season Mia did not show up well at all. It was very very. Mhm. It just wasn't a good look between her and Jacqueline on the screen. It was given, girl, it was given HBO. It was given slutty. It was given everything except that of a housewife franchise that we've become accustomed to. That's it. That's all. Let me slide into Kiana. Kiana. You know what? The girls asked Kiana on this trip, how is she and Greg doing? And I learned a little bit more about Kiana's relationship. Kiana and Greg, y'all, started dating 1 month after his divorce. And baby, I damn near clutched my Potomac pearls in that moment. I clutched my pearls because listen, Kiana, I think you're going to learn a very hard lesson. It don't matter if it's Greg, it don't matter if it's Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, or Mike. Any man that you get with 1 month after he's divorced his wife, you are a rebound. You are a rebound. That man has nothing to give to you because that man has not stepped away from the playing field to reassess. He has not taken any time off to jump from a wife and a marriage of many, many years. He has 3 kids. 3 kids, y'all. A failed divorce, and a month later, he's in a full-blown relationship. They dated 2 years. She's moved into his marital home while their quote unquote home is being built. Kiana, have you lost your damn mind? Have you lost your mind? This is heartbreak on deck. Kiana, I don't know if he's going to move you into that new house. And it sounds like, and this, listen, I'm not trying to crap on Greg. I don't know enough about him, but sweetheart, you don't have to. This is a disaster waiting to happen. This is a recipe for failure. This man is not in a mental, emotional state to give you anything. He don't even know where he went wrong. He hasn't even called out a timeout to see what he could have done better as a husband. And why did they get a divorce? Because she didn't share that. And if she did, production may have cut it out. But why did he and his wife get a divorce? And why do you think it's a great idea to go full speed ahead with this man coming hot off of a divorce? Y'all, must we learn so hard? Must we learn so hard? Kiana, I really hope this works out with you and Greg, but I don't see it. I think you're a beautiful girl. I think you could do much better. I don't know where you are emotionally, but it's giving a little desperate. I don't think you're using your common sense at all. And not only that, they had just moved in 90 days prior to taping. Kiana, get out of your heart. Use your common sense. Call a timeout on yourself. Slow down. You can have fun with this man without playing house with this man. Let me say it again. You can have fun with this man without playing house with this man. I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that he's going to use you up as a warm body so that he can escape accountability. He should not be in a full-fledged, I don't know, shit. Maybe they do it different these days. What are your thoughts? I was really shocked. I was really shocked. And I'm kind of scared for you, Kiana, but hey, you grown, you got it. I'll be tuned in. That's all I have for Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. Let's take the conversation to the chat. What are your thoughts?